Every time I hit record, I open myself up to be criticized. So I'm definitely open to the criticism to be had. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Undrafted Rookie Trey. Today we'll be breaking down film of undrafted rookie, free agent Trey, who had 7 tackles, 1 assist during a Hall of Fame game. I took 3 or 4 plays and broke them down. Some good, some bad. At 6'2", 200 pounds, he ran a 4.75 at the combine, which didn't help his stock, but was very impressive, outbenching almost everybody. Played 5 years in the SEC at Florida. I believe the Jets has found a diamond in the rough with the signing of undrafted free agent Trey. Albeit, like all other players, he has his flaws. But with fine tuning and technique, he would thrive at a superstar level. What do I mean by that? Well, here we go. Now first, the NFL profile and scouting report. Now, some of his strengths are quick feet, right? Come down, defend, breaking down in space as a tackler. Very physical at the line of scrimmage. And that physicality, it really has to go back to his combine, his bench pressing ability. But let's break down this play. Let's look at it. Let's check out old Trey. Right. So, what stands out to me is how this guy is able to just really identify. Right, he puts his eyes in the right place, right? And whenever he comes downhill, he takes the right angle, the right approach. And this goes back to being a great tackler in space. And this actually was the first play that just really caught my attention of this guy. Cause it was like, whoa, like he's like that. Like his demeanor says more. That's how I felt about Trey, particularly on this play. He's very shifty with his hips, but he runs on the ball on the tippy toes. He runs on his tippy toes. He's never really backpedaling. Let's look at it again in fast motion. You see? Now, later in the film, this is gonna come down to actually bite Trey for being so heavy going forward. But this is another play. This is another play, and this is the bad downfall of Trey. I'm gonna be honest. We seen the highs, man, that's pretty impressive. And then we see this. And truth be told, Trey simply has to clean up his technique. Listen, nobody per se remember good plays. Right? They're there. But people gonna say, hey, you remember that one tackle he missed? Whenever he could have hit him at the line for a TFL? That's a good block by number 81 that he threw on 72. Now, he identifies, he sees it through the gap. The running back sees a cutback lane. So as the running back cuts back, right? He's peeking. And here goes Trey. Now, Trey body language, right here. This was Trey's first mistake before he ran into his second. And then his third. Trey is just running so fast and hard downhill that he's not playing the hip of the player. Right? Now, the objective is to force him back towards the inside. Well, the angle that you give, you are giving him the outside leverage. And then that's how it ends. With you shoestring tackling. Well, how did we get there? Let's take it back. Let's just let it play a little bit. How did we get there? This is very important. First mistake. Right here. That left foot. Right? Now you're lunging. Right now, what would be appropriate is to see Trey just really sit on it, like right here. Just whatever you have to do, just get even. Drop your hips parallel. Tuck your chin. Get in there and arm tackle him with 2 arms around the waist. Right? This what we want to see, Trey. We don't. It's right here. They said it. Trey's a lot more comfortable in the trail technique. You have to be more consistent in making these type of kind of tackles, is what I'm saying. Right? With him being able to see the field coming downhill, his ability to come downhill and track the ball isn't the issue. He's tracking it fine. It's ability to actually come down in full speed and track it. See, look at his feet. Look at hhis feet. He's happy feet. He can't wait to get downhill. That's where he's comfortable at. And the Jets, they really played him well. He took a few amount of good snaps out of the free safety position. I mean, the kid can cover land and see. This is another play that I feel like hurt Trey. Because Trey, once again, he's so anxious to get in there and make a play. Let's slow it down. Is that Trey have to realize that, hey, and shout out to the, I think 74 for the Browns, man. He threw some hell of a blocks over there. Trey sees the ball, man. I'm telling you, man, this dude sees the field well. But look at him. He's so eager to get down there. Look at the linebackers, right? The linebackers, they are reacting. But Trey is like hungry for it. But then look, you get washed down in there. Huh? So now that you washed down in there, you see number 10 from the top of the screen comes in and chip Trey. Boom. He looked back at the running back like, oh yeah, I definitely just freed him. No question about that. And then, he does the rest and get in the end zone. Let's look at it in fast motion again. Trey just simply got washed. Trey has to, it's imperative, bro. You have to slow the F down, bro. What are we doing? Now, don't get me mistaken. This guy had 8 tackles, 7 solo tackles. Man, listen, anybody who willing to stick their neck in there 7 times on a solo end, they probably willing to do it 13 or 14, 15 times on a solo end. Out of 8 tackles, 7 of them solo. I mean, let's do the numbers on that. Now, let's be honest. Trey, with him being undrafted, probably the last, safety on the depth chart, he's going to have to make it on special teams. There's no question about that. There's no question. He's going to have to make it on special teams. So let's check this out. Trey has a very high motor. You have to give it to the guy. Right? He's always hustling. He's always getting downhill. He's always trying to be around the ball. It's just Trey has issues with just taking off downhill. Now, in this play right here, I would like to think that this is probably a cover 3. But Trey ran into some that he was just, it was destined. You could tell 83, the tight end, he's walking Trey down. And number 81, the tight end, on the top left side of the screen, he's down blocking the defensive end, and the D-end is hungry, right? The D-end, he's not reading his keys anymore, right? The D-end is acting like that they don't do play action boots, right? Unaware. So something interesting should happen here, right? Trey and the D-end, they should take the same foot course pattern, right? Look, they turn around simultaneously. Trey and the D-end. Well, why? Because there's an invisible line, right? Trey downfall was simple. You thought run. Why? Because your first movement is always downhill, right? Now you have, that was good that you bumped them, because that allows you to feel them, touch them, know how much time you got. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then you have two options. And he chose the right one, right in between. He ran that invisible line. He held the line, and they held him to a minimum gains. What you call it? Damage control, right? So it's that simple, man. I like this guy. I like this guy for a lot of reasons, man. Like I say, the guy has a high motor, a very high motor. Definitely things that he needs to clean up, but it's cleanable. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you know, it's definitely cleanable. And then also his game translates very well to the league as far as playing the run. Okay, I'm not gonna get too far deep down inside. Yes, I believe that this guy has the tangibles to definitely be a superstar at the strong safety position, and mainly in part, most strong safeties are run support, you know, and this guy is well on that track. I mean, he's not afraid, you know, and that's major. And I believe, you know, a lot of this stuff can be cleaned up, you know. Jets, I think you have a diamond in the rough.